the group table after that 1-1 draw, and you can see Denmark have won 6-0 in Gibraltar. So the Republic of Ireland with 5 matches played on 11 points, Denmark in second on 8, and Switzerland with 2 games in hand over Ireland on 5 points. Next games in Group D, Switzerland take on Gibraltar, with Denmark in Tbilisi to face Georgia. The Republic of Ireland will be back here on Tuesday night for a friendly against Bulgaria, and we've got that match live on RTE2. So that is the situation here at the Aviva, 1-1. And Damien, we were talking beforehand and at half-time about Mick McCarthy. If you offered me a draw, I'd take it. We got a draw.
Well, yeah, considering we're a goal down with 5 minutes to go, yeah, we're happy with the draw. I think Switzerland are a good team. I think you can see why they qualify near on for every tournament. At the same time, I can see why they then struggle when they get to these tournaments. But yeah, it's a big point. I still think people forget that we're 6 clear of Switzerland because of the games we played, so they're obviously going to catch us up. I think our run-in is very, very difficult. Georgia away, Switzerland away, Denmark at home. Very tough, toughest out of the group. But yeah, great draw. Pleased for McGoldrick. I think, again, the evening highlights are problems at centre forward. Alan Judge goes there for 20 minutes, and McGoldrick goes out on the right. But brilliant genius from Mick. He obviously had to do it. He brings Hogan on. 2 centre forwards for the last throw the dice, I guess, and we get the goal back. So, no, great point.
Liam, a great point?
Yeah, great point. We were really struggling in that second half. There were so many last-ditch defensive clearances. What comes to mind is Alan Judge getting back on the far post to get a header away. Coleman doing the very same thing. Some of the play from Duffy. We were really hanging on, and then when they got the goal, you've sensed it was over. But it actually spurred Ireland into a reaction, and McLean and Whelan, I thought, drove the team on, and we got the break to get the goal with McGoldrick. But it just shows you that the spirit and the energy that the lads have is second to none, really, because another team, after being dominated so long in that second half, might have gone under by 2 or 3.
And Richie, for McGoldrick, like you said beforehand, the hope would be that he could score and would score in this match tonight. He's done it. He's got his first international goal. He went through a list of like hitting the bar, hitting the post, goals disallowed, deflections, all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, I remember the game against Georgia here. He was the man of the match, and he's been bright, he's been lively, he's been hard-working, he's been honest, he's been all the things you would want of your striker. He's kind of made the position his own now in this Irish squad, but until he got that goal, every pre-match build-up will be, yeah, but he hasn't got a goal. And now he's got it, he's deserved it. The hope now is that he kicks on and gets a couple more before the end of the campaign. But the performance, there was some key moments. I mean, Liam touched on there, the headers from Coleman and Judge, but 2 minutes, I think, before we got the goal, the Swiss players broke from a corner kick, and James McLean ran the length of the pitch to make the covering tackle to prevent it. And there was a collective response. He was just one, but everyone, just like Copenhagen, when we went to goal down with 15 minutes to go, we just found an extra gear. We found an extra tempo, an extra intensity, and got the goal that we deserved and finished the game really, really strongly. But overall, I actually disagree with what was said in commentary. I don't think Switzerland will leave here happy with the point. I think they'll leave here kicking themselves they didn't win.
So that goal from David McGoldrick has given the Republic of Ireland a valuable point here in their quest to qualify for Euro 2020. And there's a lot to look at, particularly from the last 16 minutes and the last 5 minutes from an Irish perspective. But Richie, we're going to look at the Swiss goal first of all. Now this, you have to say, this is a beautiful goal.
It really was, and we were hoping that with all the play that the Swiss had and the opportunities they created, that they just weren't clinical in front of goal. There was something letting them down. They were missing the final ball, and then this, Fabian Schär joins from defence into attack. I don't know how many times, it's very rare you see a defender doing this. All one-touch stuff. He's not tracked. You could be hypercritical there and say maybe Hendrick could have gone with him or obstructed his run, but I don't think that's a point we're making, because Coleman almost covered him. It's just a quality run, really good play. And at that point, in fairness, they were the better team and deserved to go in front.
Okay. It was a lovely goal, it really was. Okay, so that gave the Swiss the lead. We're going to jump forward then, 11 minutes later, Damien. This is the equaliser from David McGoldrick, his first goal for his country.
Yeah, pleased for him. I said last throw the dice. Scott Hogan's on the pitch now up front with McGoldrick. James McLean makes it for me here. I think he did this 5 minutes earlier, recovering back and winning the ball. So he earns his look here with the little knock he gets off the Swiss defender. McGoldrick, brilliant on the back post. As I said, so pleased for him. We'll give him a lot of confidence going forward. But as you can see here, 2 in the box rather than 1. A lot harder to defend. But James McLean said he's 67 caps, 10 goals. And I've seen attacking players in this stadium over many, many years. They can get people off their feet, out of their seats, with just pure skill. But James can obviously do that. But he gets people off their feet by doing that type of work, by winning his 50-50 challenges. That's the one thing I would say. He would die for the cause, and that summed it up tonight. I thought he was brilliant, especially in the last 10 minutes of the game. He won that goal for us.
Yeah, and it's turned out it's our lucky minute. If you go back to the game in Copenhagen, and you're talking, Liam, about the spirit and the way they kept going and got the breaks. The equaliser in Denmark in Copenhagen was in the 85th minute as well, same minute as that goal.
No, they don't give up, and there's a good feeling about the side. And the new players that have come in, like the McGoldrick, they've made a big contribution to the team. But this guy, James McLean, who Damien mentioned, we've been counting on him for a long time, and he wasn't enjoying the best of games tonight. For the first 80 minutes, I'd say if you asked James, he'd be disappointed with the way he played.
That's why he plays, isn't it?
Yeah.
If he's not giving you the best, he'll give you the other side, the dirty side, as you'd call it.
And well, I think it was around 81, 82.
Do you want to have a look at this? Yeah, this is a huge moment.
We want to show the viewers the spirit of this guy, you know. And I think it's Mbolo's breaking away. And, you know, you would see, if we can run it now, it comes from one of our corners. We get caught on the break, away he goes. McLean, this fella can run as well. McLean goes into top gear, shoulder to shoulder, fights him all the way, gets the throw in. And from that, this leads to this. I thought Glenn Whelan was very good tonight. I thought his passing was more positive tonight, and he did a lot of good things. But this was nearly one of his career goals, wasn't it? Just smashed it against the crossbar. They get a breakaway, and there goes McLean again. It's not over. I'm going to get this ball back for us. There he goes. As Damien said, it takes a little deflection and loose up in the air, which helps McGoldrick arrive on the scene, and he's done really well to flick that into the corner. Fantastic effort from the Irish team. There was lots of other things as well in that second half, where people had to get back to save certain goals that Switzerland were going to score. It was really, really good.
Like, you know, in elite sport, in whatever sport it is, you talk about fine margins and little moments, and this moment leads to the next one. Like the perfect examples there with McLean and those other moments that Liam is referencing as well.
Yeah, we seem to finish a lot of the Irish games like discussing the personality of the squad and use words like spirit and heart and never say die attitude. And these are the kind of things that we get a little bit prickly when other managers or other players say it about us, that it's like it's a little bit dismissive. But these are the qualities that this group have, and it's those qualities that they've turned to and relied on in the latter stages, particularly against the two what we're considering our opponents for qualification, Denmark and Switzerland now tonight. So we're in the position we're in the group on account of that. There was a lot you can go to tonight, and you can pick out frustrating moments where the quality wasn't there, but overall I think it was a fantastic result.
Well, just dwell on that for a minute. Was the quality better? You were talking beforehand, and even Mick referenced it about wanting to keep the ball better. Okay, be better out of possession, but certainly you want to see us doing more with the ball when we have it. Did you see that tonight?
Do you know what? There were moments. There were certain contributions from Whelan or from Hendrick, first half in particular. I think, well, we haven't seen him play like this in a little while. Whelan, I'd agree with Liam, had moments as well where you think the crossbar one was the standout one, but where he was very effective. The headed clearances from Coleman, but those passages of play where we move players around, where we unsettle defences, where we create opportunities on the back of 6 or 8 passes, that's not how they're not the strengths of this Irish team.
Right, I think we're seeing a bit more.
A little bit more, certainly more than the last year.
Than under Martin O'Neill. I think we're seeing a bit more confidence to get on the ball and play more positive passes. Okay, we're getting dominated by the likes of Denmark. We're getting dominated by Switzerland tonight for large spells in the game. But I do see that when we do break out, we can play. And I've seen examples of that. And tonight I saw examples of that in Switzerland, or not in Switzerland, in Copenhagen. And you know, it's a great result for us, considering all the circumstances. An absolutely brilliant result.
And you
keep the distance between us and Switzerland.
Compare it to what we were watching in 2018. We're in a good position.
Damien, how do you look at this group now? 5 games played, 3 to go. Happy with the position we're in?
Yeah, I think so. You couldn't ask for any better. I think Mick has said just there, we might not be the best team in the group. He's correct in that. I think we're the 3rd best team in the group. So difficult games to come, but I still think we've a great chance just on the back of pure pride, endeavour, hunger. We're organised. He's got them playing a good brand of aggressive football. So I still think we're in there to come in the top 2, yeah.
Agree, Richie?
We've got very difficult fixtures coming, but I think so far you couldn't have asked for the return we have. We're unbeaten against 2 of the main teams, and we've beaten and kept clean sheets against the 2 teams we'd expect. And if we ride our luck in terms of suspensions and injuries in the last game, I don't think we're good enough that we can suffer the loss of key players. 3 very difficult games to go.
Yeah, and a huge October, Liam. Georgia away.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to
Switzerland
that.
away.
Yeah, looking forward. We mustn't slip on a banana skin in Georgia and then get the Danes and beat them here, and then we're on our way.
Yeah, we'll be back here hopefully for a couple of matches at the European Championships. Okay, well, a long way to go before we can start talking about that.